Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below. Hello everybody and welcome to Project Cars 2 GT3 Leagues for Apex Online Racing. This is round 6 and we are here in the Czech Republic in Brno, and it's going to be a very exciting race. This is a track that was first raced in Season 4 of the GT3 Leagues back when Project Cars was around. So it'll be very exciting to see how these drivers are there tonight. We've only got 10 people at the moment in the lobby, but we can't wait to see what they can do. I'm Jess and I'll be one of your commentators this evening, and joining me in the commentary box as always is my lovely person. It is Aiden. How are you doing?
Hello everybody. I am doing very well, Jess, thank you very much.
Very good. Practice has just finished, so we're waiting for that to finish before we can start with qualifying. That is what the delay is at the moment, because they usually do a 5-minute practice to get people in the leagues and stuff. So just to let you know, Selpar is not racing today because he's got a power cut. So if you don't see him, that is why. I think we got a low turnout tonight, but we're still going to give you some racing, and it's going to be very exciting. The weather today is going to be medium clouds for qualifying, and race will be transitioning from medium to heavy clouds. So their visibility tonight will be quite kind of interesting just to see how they do with that. So while we're at it, we'll probably just get the championship standings up, which I have up right now, of what it's going to look like for the halfway stages of this season. It's going to be very exciting. So we have Wolf in the lead by 17 points. He's got a 158 point gap right now, with his teammate Moo in second place, and we got Seppel in third, Parfox in fourth, Rainbow in fifth, Selpart in sixth. We got the One American in seventh, Ninja in eighth, Burnout in ninth, and Ricardo in the top 10. And I'm pleased to inform you that Chirac is racing tonight after his break, as it were. So it's going to be exciting to see how he does. So, Aiden, what are your thoughts going into qualifying?
Well, I definitely think the Ginettas will be strong again. Chirac may be up there. I'm not sure how much time practice-wise he's had before this race, but yeah, he's definitely always somewhere there or thereabouts. Seppel could be another threat to the Ginettas up the front, I think. Pathox can sometimes get that Mercedes going quickly as well, so there's a couple of guys to look out for, but I think we'll see much of the same, to be fair. But it's a very technical track, this one. There's a lot of medium to low speed stuff, really. There's some big straights, but a lot of medium speed corners, so it'll be interesting to see what cars suit this circuit more.
Exactly, and it is luckily very clear for the drivers today, so they won't be able to deal with the wet. It's actually very interesting. Last week we were the only platform stream that had rain quite early. The others, like PC and PS4, they had rain towards the very end, so it just goes to show rain does go in different points of the race. But luckily we won't see that today, so the drivers will get to show up their muscle on the track today. So yes, it's great. It's great again. It's great to see Chirac here as well, and also the likes of other people as well. So it'll be very interesting to see how well they do. And I wonder how the Ginettas are going to take on this circuit. Are they going to manage to dominate? I think this track will probably suit Wolf right to the T there. But qualifying is just about to begin, so let's go straight to the qualifying then. As you can see here, Parfox, I believe, is the first person on the track going out, and I think there's a few more people going out as well. It's a nice sunrise, actually. I haven't actually seen races where they actually drive in sunrise, so this is actually really cool just to see that, how they can drive in the sun. And we already see Parfox go off a bit wide there a little bit, so that's allowing the Ginettas to have some more clean space, as it were. So that should be very interesting. And most people are thinking about turn 1. The race can't be won at turn 1, so they got to be extremely cautious in turn 1, because it is very tricky there. But pole times, I think we can expect between 157/158. I think that is what we're expecting pole time to be today.
Yeah, I've seen a few comments from people saying that they've been doing just under 2 minutes a lap, so I would think that's something more we're going to see in this qualifying, whether they'll be able to go a bit quicker in the race, because the race I believe is an hour later, so it should be more like, well, a lot brighter than it is right now. It is early hours of the morning. I think it's 4 AM in-game time, so yeah, I think the lap times will be around 2 minutes, but it'll be interesting to see if the likes of Wolf, who's been on form this season, if he can dip into a 1:59 or even lower. So yeah.
Yes, that should be interesting, and I'm actually really excited to see how well they do and how they cope with the tyres as well. It's quite a long lap, which means the laps will be shorter, so that means they've got to be aware when they can pit, because don't forget, it is a mandatory pit stop. They got a crate between laps 3 and the last few laps of the race, because they got to be a bit careful with that. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the chat, who you think is going to get pole. And I haven't actually driven around this circuit before, so this is the first time I'm actually seeing this circuit in the game, so this is very, very cool. So we are riding on board with one of our championship contenders, Seppel. Now the gap in the championship is still enough for the moment for a championship battle to continue, so we can expect the championship to wrap up in the next few races or so. Not quite yet though, but probably towards the last few races we can expect a clear winner, but it'll probably be up to the Genettas and Seppel, but I am not counting my chickens before they hatched at the moment. So yes, so Seppel is doing it very, very cleanly as they go through the chicane, a little bit wide there in the, exceeding the track limits just a little bit, but he managed to find his way back up just a little bit, so that is pretty good from Seppel there. Seppel was very close to winning last week. He actually admitted in an interview when he was speaking to me and Aiden that he was very disappointed that he didn't get the win, but he has hunger in his eyes. He will definitely be fighting for the win today, and he has his teammate Chirac now on board to help him, I think. So they will be having some interesting rivalry to see how Chirac fits in the picture as well, and see what lap time Chirac will do as well. But we will have to wait and see as soon as they goes towards the start finish straight. And this track is very, very beautiful, but very, very tricky to brake on. The braking zones are absolutely crucial around this track. You can't brake too late, otherwise you just go around the corner and you just die. It's just like a few corners in Donington when you get that. I don't know how these drivers do it, but Seppel has actually managed to do it absolutely well. I can't see the set times at the moment, but he seems to be doing really well, and he is looking to catch towards the Genettas. Seppel will be one of the first people to set a lap time, and he's almost at the start finish straight now. We're going to see what lap time is he going to create today. Let me just see. It is a 2-minute one, so a banker lap to set the benchmark today. But we've got still more people on the lap, and we could expect some more faster laps here as well. Possibly in the 2 minutes, 1:59, 1:58 or something like that. But we've already got Moo already fast with a 1:59.0. Living Dead is in 6th place, so he's not doing too bad at the moment. We only got 11 drivers, which is kind of expected. There's a few people on holiday, so but it's nice to see these drivers fighting for position today. And we could expect people, because of Moo and Wolf's pace, I think we could expect the 1:58s here.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it now with them two in the low 59s already. 58s are definitely going to be possible, because then will pretty much be a banker lap. But already with the lap being so long, it's about 3.5 miles or something, I think, this track. But the lap time is, as I said before, with it being a medium speed corners, a lot of them, the lap times are quite long. So nearly 2 minutes a lap, and already there's only 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining, so you can probably only get another 2 laps in.
Yes, so it is very, very, very crucial that they go out at the right time. It's not like F1 where they have like 12 minutes, they only have 10 minutes, which what makes it so exciting for the drivers, just to see how they can manage their tyres and how they can manage their saddle. Don't forget, they can have a different qualifying setup to their race setup, which makes it more interesting, and their pace could be a little bit more faster as well. The Run American didn't have a not too bad race last time about as well. He's looking to improve his lap time at the moment. Looks like he's on the lap at the moment, but he is going a bit slower than the usual pace at the moment, but we're going to see how he does as well. So Czech Republic is actually quite a nice place. It does refer to two tracks, the Czech Republic track, and is a historical street circuit used to be, and now it's a modern circuit which is racing on now. But the old street circuit used to be 31 kilometers, so not compared to this track obviously. So yeah, so already Moo, as we're seeing, is in the 158. So I was predicting a 158 and I got it, and Wolf is quite close behind by 0.2 per second, so that is extremely close between the two Ginettas. We was expecting Wolf to be the other side, but it's nice to see the teammates showing. Now we're going to have Seppel cross the line then. Let's see what he does. I don't think he has improved his time, but Chirac is in 7th place. He is looking to improve on his position at the moment. He's on a 2-minute one, but we could see him under 2 minutes. Frangwish is the only person who hasn't set a time yet, but he is out at the moment. So is it a mistake of him going out as late as possible? We don't know. We don't know what might happen between those. We will just have to wait and see. Massive shout out to Sideways and Mozzie in the chat. How are you doing? It's nice that you're getting involved as well. Ninjas is in the pits right now, so he won't be setting another lap anytime soon, but a lot of people got to manage these tyres nicely, and I could expect the pace to be a lot faster. Oh, and I've seen the one American spinning. Yeah, it is the one American spinning. He must have lost a bit of time when he passed the other car there, so that probably didn't set his lap time very well, so that was a bit of a shame for him. So he probably might have to set another lap time. He probably won't have enough time since it's a 2-minute lap, but because he's in 6 or 8, I can't really tell because there's 2 abbreviations of the. So yeah, I can't, which is actually a good lap time.
Solid lap time at the minute, nearly into the 2-minute flats. But he will just about get another lap. There's a minute to go, but he has got the likes of Chirac and Seppel coming up the hill behind him. So he needs to watch out.
He does need to watch out for track position and make sure that they don't interfere with their flying laps, because it is crucial. But most of these drivers don't have any assists on because the top tier, that it's expected to do that. But all the tiers have authentic assists on. So whatever the cars have in real life, which is ABS and T6, it's definitely traction control, then that's what they'll have in the cars. That's the minimum, maximum amount of assists they've got to have, but some people might not choose to have those assists. They may choose to have them all off, which is quite challenging for the drivers, but that's what I think most of these drivers expect as well, so that is quite interesting, and I think most of them run manual gears as well, so this is interesting. So we got Rapids in the chat as well. He is rooting for the EBR lads. So we got Chaos Theory, we got Frangwish, and we got Chirac EBR guys as well. So we got quite a lot of EBR guys there as well. So we got qualifying that is just completed then. So we are going to see if any more people in the track going to set their lap time. So we got Chaos Theory out on track at the moment. Now we got this view because we can see the glorious sunrise that we can see in the Czech Republic. It is absolutely amazing. I wonder if it's anyone's home race. I don't think it is, because we had quite a lot of people's home race last week in Donington, but it will be interesting to see how Chaos Theory does. Can he improve? Oh no, he's gone to the pits, so he hasn't chosen to set a lap time. But we're going to see how Wolf and Moo do. These are the 2 crucial ones that can change the order, because the other front runners are pitted and not racing. So I think all eyes are on Moo and Wolf and possibly Seppel I'm quite surprised Seppel's quite lower down the field, but his race pace is good. Let's see if Moo can improve his lap time. He's on the 1:58.9 now. Nope, he is staying his lap time at the moment. Let's see how Wolf is going to manage going into the penultimate few corners. He's looking very strong at the moment, but is he going to beat his teammate to clinch pole position? Let's see. Oh, 1/10 of a second. That is close, but Wolf is actually in pole position, I've just seen. So yeah, Wolf did manage to improve. So Wolf is now on pole position, beating his teammate by an ever so close margin. But
Seppel up to third.
Yes,
as, well.
as I said,
a lap from him at the death.
I was predicting Seppel could improve it there. But we got Frangwish. Let's see what Frangwish can do. Can he go towards near the top of the field? Let's see. No, he's still in 9th place, but not a bad lap from him. So all the drivers have set the laps, and it is Wolf who again is in his familiar position and is going to take pole. So what a good lap from Wolf. It seems like he's having good pace whatever track he goes to, Aiden.
Yeah, definitely. He's just a very, very quick driver. I mean, the Ginettas were never that strong on Project Cars 1, but Project Cars 2, the Ginetta is clearly a very good car in the right hands and the right setup on it as well. I mean, setups can make a massive, massive difference in these cars because of the amount of stuff you can change, but Wolf has obviously got his dialed in, as has Moo. They obviously do a lot of practice and put a lot of effort in, and as you can see there, Moo has actually smashed him in the first sector. He's a full 3/10 quicker than him in the first sector, but then Wolf gains a little bit back in sector 2, and in sector 3 Wolf is faster by 3/10 there, so that's why there's such a close margin between them. Seppel does only just pip Chaos Theory for 3rd place. There's only half a tenth of a second between those guys. It is then Pathox hustling that Mercedes up to 5th. Burnout having a decent lap to go 6th fastest. The one American with a good performance there, considering he's had rear end problems on his Porsche. He sits 7th at the moment. Chirac, after coming back, I'm not sure, as I said at the beginning of the stream, how much practice he managed to get in, but he's sitting 8th. Behind him is one of his EVR teammates, Franglish, and then in 10th position is the Living Dead. After that it is Ninja, who we saw probably only do 1 lap, I think, in qualifying, but he'll be looking to work his way up through the field.
Yes, I'm actually quite impressed with Chaos Fury because he never really does that well in qualifying. So 4th place, that is a decent lap from him. Absolutely fantastic. But it's very interesting. Chaos Fury is 2nd fastest in the first sector. So he actually beat Wolf, I think, in that. So that is quite interesting. But yeah, the drivers are now setting up for 2 minutes. Don't forget they can change their setup to be different, but it can cost them a little bit. So as you can see, the weather has changed. So, but it does look rather glorious. It's just absolutely amazing track. But the visibility will improve. But the clouds can change to be overcast. But luckily, it's not raining. So they've mainly been practicing for dry setups. So that should be fun. So if you're new to the streams, hello. We in the Project Cars 2 streams, we do a rolling start, an AOR rolling start. So basically, if you're wondering what that is, basically they can choose their setups now, and then once the lights go, they have to wait for 5 seconds. They can't go straight away, but they're getting used to that now already anyway. So then once they count 5 seconds, it'll be up to the race leader, Wolf, to make its way through the field and start leading them away at around 70 miles per hour, 120 kilometers an hour. They'll do this until they get to the formation point, which is about 10-ish, and they will start reducing their speed a little bit and to about 50 miles per hour, 80 kilometers an hour. And they'll do that until they get to the acceleration point, which is usually the start-finish straight, and then it'll be up to Wolf, at this case, the race leader, to floor it and signify the start of the race. But I think a lot of people are deciding to choose their race out for a long time. But I think we're about to get underway pretty soon. Yes, we are. So we got 5 lights coming up pretty soon. But again, they will have to ignore it. But I think they're all right at the moment. Yes, there's no jumpers at the moment. We thought we had, but they seem to be following quite nicely. But yes, Wolf is making his way through the field as well. So that he's going to start leading the field away, and the people behind him can go whatever speed they want to try and catch up to him. But it's only the race leader who has to go at the reduced speed, because Wolf nearly went a bit faster in the first race, but he managed to follow the rules from then on when he was leading and managed to keep it up. But I wonder how Wolf is going to manage pulling away in the start-finish straight, Aiden. I wonder how he's going to manage.
Well, the pole man always gets the jump, which is great with the AOR rolling starts. What happens is that he gets to dictate when they go racing within a certain point on the track on the start-finish straight. So he will always gain maybe a second gap into turn 1, but it's then how does he manage turn 1 to keep that gap that he's gained from being on pole position. So it is nice to in some leagues you have to literally wait until the line and then you all go together. So when that happens, you don't gain from being on pole other than having the front row on the grid. You actually gain in the AOR rolling starts. You gain some ground to defend your position into turn 1, but he should manage it perfectly well, I think, with that rule implemented. But it's these guys at the back here, it's Seppel and Chaos Theory and the likes of Chirac coming charging through. We need to keep an eye on, because Chirac is, in theory, for his calibre of driver, he's out of position. Same for Franglish, really. I think Franglish he's struggled a little bit this season, but he should be higher up the field, I think, realistically. But yeah, anyone could win this race. We saw last week when the weather throws something in, it can throw a spanner in the works, but so can something as simple as tyre temperatures. If people haven't sorted those out, tyre pressures and temperatures, if they start getting overheating or anything like that, and they have to make a pit stop and take tyres, it could ruin the race. So it's anyone's game, but we will see in the next 30 laps who's on top at the end of it.
I am excited to see, as they're just about to get to their 2x2 formation now, and we are just about to get underway then for the 29 laps of this track, which is absolutely awesome. So if you just join us, this is the Project Cars 2 GT3 Leagues for Xbox One Tier 1. You join us at the exact right time as the race is just about to start. Who are you rooting for in the chat? Let us know. It will be interesting to see who you're rooting for, and who you think is going to take the win. Is it going to be any of the Janetta guys, or are any like the likes of Seppel, Chaos Theory, Chirac, or Parfox going to take the victory today? We'll find out pretty soon as they're going through the start village straight. It is up to Wolf now to see when he could accelerate to start the start of the race. Is he going to, and away we go. And it looks like Wolf has got a very good start, but we've got the likes of Seppel trying to dive in around the outside of Moo there. And he was trying to capitalise on that. And Moo almost went a bit wide there again. So a little bit of a mistake from Moo, but he managed to do that. And one American is doing not that bad, and Chaos Fury is still in 4th place. He still managed to maintain that position, but he's already trying to make a move around the outside of Seppel, and also Burnout is joining in the party as well. Seppel is having a horrible start. He's down into P6. What? So maybe the mistakes have got the better of him at this track. Don't forget, it is quite tricky there. And we got Chirac down in 8th. Franglish still in 9th place. And we've got the Living Dead down in 11th. So already, Wolf having a splendid start. Already pulling away from the rest of the field already. That is really good to see from Wolf. Shows how good the genetics pace. And the one American trying to make his way through the field. Absolutely brilliant move. Made his way past Seppel just then. And we got Seppel still under pressure from Burnout as well. So he's got to try and make his way back through the field then, because he was in P3 and now he's down into P5. And we've got Ninja, who I think is in P9 and behind Chirac. Now Chirac has gained a few positions there, but he's under pressure. Ninja is possibly going to try and make a move on Chirac, but we will have to wait and see. I'm just going to see if he can make it. No, he thinks better of it and stays where he is, but Ninja is moving all the time, and we've got the likes of Franglish behind there as well, looking to see if these guys are making a mistake, and Parfox is doing a really good job. He's up into P3, so already some very incredible position changes, but the Ginettas have done ever so well so far, and already pulling away from the rest of the field, Aiden.
Yeah, they've got exactly what they needed. It's the two teammates in the Ginettas at the front of the field. They've pulled the gap to Pathox with him carving his way through the field. Seppel's now back up to 4th place, challenging Chaos Theory into turn 1, and he looks to have got it done, which is decent for him. But we've got 3 Audi R8 in a row, but Chaos Theory's thinking about coming back at him, is he? He's alongside him down into turn 4, but Seppel might be able to hang this around the outside and have the inside for the next turn. Is that what's going to happen? Burnout sitting there waiting patiently for a mistake from either of these two, and they're still side by side. Great racing by these two, but let's see if he can put a move on him around the outside again. Chaos Theory's trying it. He's gone a bit wide. Is that going to let Burnout through? He's having a look, is Burnout, but oh, and there's contact. They're into the tyres in the round, and One American has nowhere to go. Absolutely a massive off. One American slewed back onto the track and hit someone else. Who was that?
Frankwish
tangled up in that one. What absolute carnage have we just seen there? That was Burnout and Chaos Theory getting together at turn, what would that be? 6, turn 6 down the hill. He's tried to go up the inside of him, collected him. Burnout somehow still going and is actually, yeah, he's way behind Seppel now. Seppel's all over the back of Pathox still. We've got a 4 or 5 second gap back to Burnout after all that carnage. Chirac up to 6th. Ninja with a great start from the back of the field up to 7th, avoiding all of that. But yeah, poor Franglish, the One American had nowhere to go. That Porsche is looking very, very ugly at the front of that because of that accident just then. Living Dead's now back in the mix because he dropped off the pace lap 1. He's now starting to carve his way past these people with damage. The key thing here is that people are not going to be able to pit for that damage. Let's see if the One American moves out of the way. I think he probably is going to with that much damage, but he can't dive in the pits yet really to take his mandatory stop because that's only after, what is it, lap 5? So he's got to drive around with this damage and it's going to cost him a lot of time, so unfortunate for him.
I think it's two laps after the formation lap, so I think they should be able to pit now as Fangwish is doing so. And we are actually seeing for the first time in the stream Burnout not lagging, which is quite odd because we saw him lag in practice, but he's
lagging just a little bit.
Not as much as last week. Last week he was lagging all over the place for us, but he hasn't been for the drive. Oh no, I spoke too soon. Commentator's curse right here. Sorry about that. But Ninja already making his way up the field from 7th, and is he going to make a move on Chirac? Chirac will be a bit under pressure, but Chirac doing alright in P6 on his debut back. He had a bit of a break there, but Chaos Fury has got a lot of damage, so he'll be in the pits for absolutely ages. But Frangwish seems to have less damage, I think, than Chaos Fury, so he got off a bit lightly than him. So he is back. He's back into P10, but he's got a lot of catching up to do to try and catch up to the Living Dead and the One American, which I think 9th is the One American because 8th Living Dead tried to stay out of trouble a little bit. So it's allowing the damage at the back is allowing the people towards the midfield trying to increase their positions there quite nicely. But already the Ginettas are on a world of their own. Wolf is doing awesome, but Moo is 1 second, 2 seconds behind Moo, but Moo's 2 seconds behind Wolf, and Parfox is about 2 seconds behind Moo. So Ginettas showing some good pace. Don't forget the Ferraris are not in this game, but yes, we've got. Let's see what Seppel is. Seppel and Parfox. It is around about nearly 4 tenths behind. They're getting ever so close at the moment as they go through that right header there. But the pace of Parfox is looking very, very strong. But don't forget, Seppel is very good at overtaking in these tricky moments. And it's not raining, so he should be able to overtake quite nicely there. He is looking to gain some positions there. And we've got Chirac closing up to burn out as much as he can. He lost a bit of time there as well, and we've got the Living Dead there, not doing too bad as well, but got a big gap as well. Chaos Fury definitely was the one who suffered more than anyone else with that damage earlier on, so it was a bit of a shame because he had a really strong start at the beginning of the race and qualifying. So yes, the one American is pitting, but there's going to be a lot of damage coming through, so he's going to probably wait a long time. We're going to see if it's going to be enough for him to carry on, or is he going to retire, but we'll have to wait and see. But yes, we've got the two drivers behind Chirac. We've got Ninja and the Living Dead.
It is Chaos Theory who's a lap down. It is.
Yeah, Chaos Theory.
It is not for position, this isn't, so Chaos Theory's probably going to get let go by Ninja, maybe. Not sure. Ninja doesn't want to fight him.
It is blue flag, so
Chaos Theory obviously wants to unlap himself. Oh, and he's
oh,
lost
he's spun. Oh, he's
actually
nearly hit the
lost
wall. Oh my god,
down
that
at
was
the bottom end of the circuit. He's just looped it round and ended up nearly collecting himself into the wall, but manages to keep going. But yeah, Ninja can now focus forward. Back eyes all on Chirac ahead of him for 6th place. Burnout lurking in the background. Oh no, sorry, that is like I said, Frank shoe's gone off. Burnout's ahead of these two, sitting in 5th. Oh, Seppel pits.
oh, we weren't expecting that. We weren't expecting that. Maybe he wants to stretch his tyres a bit more because I think he expects the front runners to pit a lot later. So maybe he could stretch these tyres out even more, and possibly his fuel. He could stay out and possibly win this race. So he's the only one.
What he's actually gone for, I think, more than anything, is he was so cooped up behind Pathox. He's actually thought, right, I'll come in, I'll take my stop. I'm already fueled to the end of the race. I can eke out my tyres all the way to the end of the race.
Yeah.
And try and pump in some fast lap times and literally get the undercut ahead of the Ginettas ahead of him and try and reel them back in. And they'll have to pit with a couple of laps to go. And he's off the track, but he's manages to keep going. He won't lose too much time there, but he won't want to do that too often. That shows how hard he's pushing. But his tyres will have cooled down just ever so slightly in the pit lane, so that's why that off may have occurred. But yeah, we'll see Seppel's progress. But 7th position after his pit stop. We'll see when he comes out once all the pit stops sort of filter out through the race. But Burnout's now up to P4. Let's see if he can make any inroads into Pathox, who is actually lapping decent lap time. So even though Seppel's pitted and thought that Pathox might have been holding him up, it'd be interesting to see what Seppel's lap times are going to be in clear air. But Pathox has just done a 2:09, and he is only 3 seconds back from Moo, and Moo's only 2.5 back from Wolf, so it is still all to play for. Wolf, obviously, again, fastest man on track, as he always seems to be. So let's just see how these next couple of laps unfold.
Exactly, Aiden, and I wonder if the strategy will pay off for Seppel. But the gap between Seppel and Wolf, if he wants to battle for the lead, is 26 seconds. And I do know a pit stop is less than that, so maybe he might have made a mistake a little bit there and not judged a bit on his pit stop, but we'll find out as soon as Wolf and Moo and possibly Parfox and Burnout have pitted. So we will have to find out as soon as possible. Maybe he can go ahead of Parfox, maybe. But challenging for the lead at this stage is not going to be okay as long as he's got to make sure his pace increases a little bit just to make sure. But the fastest lap so far for the last lap is Moo. So Moo is showing his muscle at the moment in this lovely Ginetta. And as I can say, I absolutely love the livery of the Ginetta. It's one of my favourites in this league at the moment. I kind of like that. It is nice and blue, shining in the sun. It is awesome. But I know I might have said that in previous. But for those of you who don't know, so anyway, a few people were quite shocked about the collision that happened. They didn't want that to happen. But it just goes to show, if you do lose a bit of concentration and lose your sightings, then that is what happens. But the front runners are seen to be taking this very cleanly and very, very well as well. And Chirac is P4. So looking very good for Chirac on his first way back. Incredible. So we are seeing the gap's starting to increase a bit more now as the race progresses, but they will pit at different times. But I think the bottom people have pitted, so they might not have to pit again, but it does depend if they are fueled to the end of the race and will their tyres manage it. But we will have to wait and see on that one as we're approaching lap 7 right now. Let's see what the gap between Wolf and Moo is 2.5 seconds, and his last lap time was a bit slower, but Wolf a lot faster, so Wolf is allowing to increase the gap a little bit, so they keep switching and changing for that one. And I'm just going to see who else is faster. Parfox is fast as well, about 1/10 faster, one tenth faster than Moo, and 1/10 slower than Wolf. So he is absolutely fighting with those two Ginettas today. He could be one to challenge for victory tonight, but I'm not going to jinx anything. I don't want to give any commentators curse today, but yeah, we will just have to find out, as it is quite tricky for tyre wear. They got to be sure they keep it clean and not use too much of the throttle, I think. But yes, we are almost halfway in this race, and it is looking like to be Ginetta's strong point at the moment. But yes, Chaos Fury is way down the order. He's got to make sure he's got to improve his pace, but he's not doing too bad on pace at the moment. But I don't know why, but Ninja is on a very slow lap, a 2:37. I think he's gone to the pits or something, I don't know. But he might have had a little bit of trouble, might have got a bit of damage. I don't see it much damage, but I really don't know why his lap times were there, but possibly he went to the pits and I didn't see him. But Aiden could possibly fill me in if he knows a bit, but I don't know. But
no, it doesn't say in the race feed that he's pitted, so I'm not sure. Latest driver to make a pit stop was Seppel, so we'll have to see about that. But he has lost around 35 seconds, really.
Yeah, he's going a bit slower than the others.
Living Dead's going well.
But yeah, the Living Dead is doing awesome. I think he's 7th, closing up to Seppel quite nicely, about 5 seconds. So if he can catch up, he could do very, very well, as he's on, I think, a different tyre to Seppel, but Seppel's tyres are quite newer, so that's allowing him to increase the gap a little bit. So that is quite cool. And we are seeing not many battles actually. It is quite a tricky, as we said, tricky corners and quite tricky to overtake. So that's why we're not seeing much overtaking at the moment. So yes, I do have a question. Whilst there's not much battles going on, I do have a question in the chat from Random Channel. What a weird name for YouTube. It's actually quite cool. When is the F1 League starting? Well, if you've seen the Twitter on AOR, they are in the works of planning F1 2018. So watch this space, as it were, because it will be announced a few weeks after the actual game is released. And there is a teaser of possibly new regions going to be announced for the leagues as well. So as well as the Australia and the UK leagues, we could see some other ones as well. So that answers your question. But yeah, get involved in the chat. I would like to see you guys involved, and yeah, that should be interesting. I'm actually very excited about that. But going straight back to Project Cars 2, as I think the closest battle on track that we can see is between Burnout and Chirac. Burnout is trying to close up on to Chirac, but Burnout is lagging a little bit. Is that Chaos Theory?
That was a mistake, I think, there.
Is that Chaos Theory behind?
Chaos Theory behind him. Yeah, definitely is. But Burnout made a mistake then. It wasn't just lag that put him off the track. I think he lost the rear end a little bit. His lap times are struggling a little bit. Seppel's had a bad lap last lap as well, an 0.52. So, not sure what's happening there. Ninja in the 60s as well, so he's had another slow lap after doing a 38, 2-minute 38, but the guy who isn't struggling is Moo. He is closing in on Wolf. So the one American has now been lapped by the leaders after having to make that early pit stop, so he will come back into contention somewhat. Chaos Theory is tucked up behind Burnout, so where he could be if he wasn't involved in that accident. I think you'll find it was actually these two that came together on track. Chaos Theory had to pit, Burnout didn't. So I wonder what will be going on discussions-wise over the team radio. If it'll be Cam Burnout letting past, if Chaos is faster, we're not sure, but we'll see. He was quicker on the last lap. No, actually no, the last lap they did the exact same lap time, a 2-minute 03.678 for both of them, so lapping within the thousandths of each other. And Burnout does actually just go off there. He's disappeared off the screen. And is it lag or is it not? He's rejoined. He's still lagging, but yeah, that was a definite mistake, and he went off the road because he is now behind Chaos Theory on the road, and he's now nearly 10 seconds behind Chirac, and he was only 2 a minute ago, so that was definitely 2 mistakes from Burnout.
Yeah.
Struggling for pace.
Yeah, that was a few mistakes, but I don't think the other drivers are seeing it, so it's probably a glitch for the broadcaster / director end. But see, the drivers seem to be having no problems with Burnout at the moment, but we will find out once Chirac and Sepp will get a hold of Burnout. But the gap seems for Wolf and Moose seem to be stretching towards the 2 second, 1.5 second mark. So looks like the pace between those two are pretty much the same. Because Wolf did a 2-minute 1.2, Moo did a 2-minute 1.3. I'm just going to see what laps they set this time as they cross towards the start-finish straight. Wolf did an incredible lap there, 2-minute 9 and 2:01 for Moose. That is incredibly good. He's surely showing the pace advantage. Wolf there, incredible there. So when are those two are going to pit? They're probably going to pit towards the end, or possibly towards lap 20. That's what my reckoning is. But they've got to pit at least 5 laps before the end, because otherwise they will get penalised by the stewards, and they don't want that to happen. Because, you know, yes, again, let us know your thoughts in the chat, your thoughts on that. That'll be interesting to see as well. So yes, and don't forget, for PC there's Endurance League going on as well. Sign-ups are open for that, so if you are interested, make sure you do sign up, because Project Cast 2 is pretty amazing. And we have someone in the pits. I think it's the Living Dead. Yeah, the Living Dead is in the pits right now. So he's choosing to pit now, and it's an alright. He is going on probably the hardest tyres around in this race today, because it looks like it's white tyres, but he is staying in the pit. So did he add damage? I did see the slower lap times, so that probably answers somebody's question on why they were waiting, but it wasn't that long. So yes, so that is shorter than I was expected, but he did get a bit of damage. Or he was probably pitting for fuel as well, but once again we will find out soon. And the Living Dead has only dropped to 8, so he hasn't dropped that many positions, so that is good. That is actually a not bad pit stop for the Living Dead, considering he had a bit of damage. So that's not too bad. So good on you, Living Dead. He did retire last week, and we're hoping not to see him retire this week. We're hoping to see a strong finish from him, but I'm just seeing right now we don't have any close battles on track because of Burnout's little mistake. The only move is closing up to Wolf, but they're not making a move at the moment, as Wolf's gap between them is increasing. Just look at him in the background. He is dominating this race at the moment. He is definitely one of the favourites for the championship, but it's not going to be wrapped up just yet. In probably about 2 or 3 races time, we could see who is in contention. We got 4 drivers, I think, in contention for the championship right now. Or 4, I think. We've got Wolf, Moo, Seppel and Parfox, who could possibly win this championship. So they are looking to score as many points as possible in this race, and it looks like the order at the moment is what the order of the championship is, apart from Seppel, who is in 6th place, as he's looking to score a bit better in that. Maybe it was the wrong decision for him to pit when he did, as he's losing a bit of pace between the front guys, and I think the leaders are going to come in front of Seppel. So yeah, that was a bit of a mistake from Seppel, but I wonder why he pitted early. That's something I might ask him after the race, but if he's not on the podium, I'll probably ask him in chat or something why he pitted when he did. But it will be interesting to see, because it is quite weird for the front runners to pit when they to pit quite early on because they usually pit quite late. I usually predict Seppel to quit quite late, but not today.
It could be something as simple as his pressures and temperatures dropped a little bit when he pitted, and then he just hasn't been able to regain that temperature because the track is not heating up in a hurry or anything. It's still really, really early morning, so he could just be struggling with a bit of grip. And once you lose the tyre temp, it then is like a tumbleweed effect. It just gets more and more momentum, and the temperatures are going down and down and down. It's the same with overheating as well. They're going up and up and up, and because you're sliding more, you then gain more temperature. And it's the same when you're cooling down. If you're cooling down, you then start sliding and spinning and losing. You're not being able to push doing 2-minute flats. You're doing 203s instead, and that 3 seconds a lap slower scrubs the tyres less, which in turn generates less heat again. So it could be something as simple as that. Hopefully he can sort of re-engage and switch it back on. But yeah, I think if anything, he's got to not worry about the top 3. He's got to worry about that man, his teammate Chirac, who's on his return to the racetrack, is running P4. He's doing decent lap times. He's not quite matching the leaders, but he is matching the rest of the midfield and the tail end as well. Last lap was a 2:02.7. Burnout also a 2:02.7. So but the difference being about 9-8 seconds, something like that, between those two. But Chirac's in the wall.
Oh!
Just pan to Chirac.
Commentator's curse.
Commentator's cursed him. He has literally just put it in the wall. Exit turn 4.
I'm so sorry, Chirac. Oh my.
Yeah, I really did not expect that to happen. Burnout has now passed him. Let's see. Let's go to what can we do? Go
Seppel,
on trackside quickly and just see.
Seppel is 5 seconds.
You never know.
I think Chirac is slowing down
behind his teammate.
Chirac is slowing down a little bit.
He may struggle.
Yeah, he's got a bit of damage.
With damage, but we can't see how much it is. He may opt to pit now and get it repaired and get back out and try and sort of salvage something from the race. But yeah, he's nearly a full pit stop behind Seppel now.
Oh, we got the one American!
The track again. He's now 11th place. He's fallen behind Chaos Theory just now. Chaos Theory's into the next corner already. One American's looped it round and lost heaps of time. And the last lap time wasn't brilliant either, on a 2:15. So I don't know how much of that damage he got fixed. It doesn't look like much, but like we always say, on our end it's definitely visually different. But that Chirac can actually, Seppel can probably see Chirac now and is wondering what's happened to him. So we'll see if any team orders or anything go on. If Chirac does decide to stay out, we'll see if he pits. But not. No, he hasn't. Pit lane is on the. Actually, no, the pit lane's on the right after the final corner. Someone else is in the pits, and it's Chaos Theory for the second time this race.
But I think he's not doing that badly compared to the one American now, as we've got Chaos Theory now back down in 11th. But Chirac lap time is definitely decreasing. It's on a 2:18, so he is struggling a little bit. I'm quite surprised he hasn't pitted yet. It doesn't look like he's got much damage. From the looks of things, from what we were seeing in the footage earlier, I think he just spun. And yeah, but he's going a bit slowly. Oh, and Chirac is struggling again. It looks like he is having some problems, possibly with his tyres as well. It looks like his tyres are struggling. That's probably why he was spinning there. He was struggling to possibly get his tyres up to temperature there. And look by the looks of him, by the looks of his tyres, he's probably one of the softest compounds of the race. So maybe he's chosen the wrong tyres to be at the start of the race. But you never know. He shows a good pace at the start, but I think he was struggling as he was trying to make sure his tyres were still up to temperature and he can cope with the grip. His fuel, he seems to be alright at the moment, but his tyres, nah. He is struggling like a hawk. So he'll probably will have to pit a bit earlier than expected, but possibly before the other guys. So this could be advantage for him, or it could work out to a disadvantage. But Seppel has pitted, so this could play dividends. But we got the Living Dead, not doing too bad in 8th place, and right in front of him is Ninja. So that is the closest battle we have at this stage. We're going to follow them riding on board with the Living Dead 69 there, closing up to him by the minute. We see Ninja lagging in the background, but they may not be lagging as drivers, but we don't know unless we see anything in the stewards, but we will have to wait and see for that one. But some good pace from the Living Dead. He's allowing some slipstream by being in this position, so that is good for him. He is trying to see what moves he can make, but he is staying put at the moment. He doesn't want to get too dangerous coming up. But we got Chirac and Seppel closing up as well, like by about a second. So we're going to watch those battles coming up as well. So we see Chirac absolutely struggling as well. He is nearly back to where he was, almost, and he'll be overtaking Burnout, I think, possibly soon. So his pace is almost there, but he's just a bit off by a few seconds. But Burnout is in 2:08 and Chirac's in 2:06. So Chirac can possibly overtake Burnout and get back to where he was. So that's a great comeback for him at the moment.
Everyone bar the front three drivers are really struggling for pace.
Yes.
And the Living Dead's just done a little bit of a slower lap with an 0.31, but he did dip into an 0.1 a minute ago. So he's one to watch still in 8th place, because all of these guys really seem to be struggling. Burnout and Chirac, I think, the second time we saw Chirac go off, I think Burnout and Chirac have nearly coming together at turn 4. That's what has led to Burnout's slower lap time and Chirac as well.
He's gone to the pits.
He has, yeah. All the meantime, Seppel was catching up, but he's obviously already pitted, so he's not going to worry about the guys ahead as much, but he has got to worry about this guy. Moo is in and out of the pits. I think that was a similar sort of length stop to Seppel's. We don't see Seppel. He's not even going up the hill to the last corner yet. So Moo's going to be streaking ahead. He's already through turn 1, and Seppel is on his way to the penultimate corner, into the last corner, because it's a flip-flop left-right-hander. There's the left and there's the right, and he's just really struggled after he's pitted. He's really not looking good, and he's pitting again. Second pit stop for Seppel.
Not looking very strong at the moment for Chirac, but Seppel was pitted again, so I don't know what is happening. Maybe he's going for a 2-stop strategy. Maybe his tyres are not working very well today compared to the rest of them. So that is very close. So that is allowing Chirac to increase the pace a little bit. But yeah, I don't know what is happening with Seppel tonight. It's probably not one of his stronger tracks. It's just not the best for him at the moment. But Chirac seems to be not struggling anymore. He seems to be back to his usual self. So I don't think he's got any damage, which must be a relief for Chirac. He's back to almost where he was, so that is good for him. And the EBR boys will be pretty impressed with his pace at the moment. So a good combat drive from Chirac, absolutely amazing for him. But the nearest rival for him is Ninja, but Ninja is way behind Chirac, so he can take it easy for the moment, but not become too complacent. So as one of our another race leaders is in the pits, so Wolf has seen his teammate pit, and it's like, right, I'm going to pit too. I was predicting roughly about lap 20-ish, probably before then, to pit, and I was roughly in the right ballpark. So yeah, that is probably the right time for these guys to pit, and we're going to see where Wolf turns up now. Parfox is taking the lead of this Grand Prix, but he hasn't pitted yet. Wolf has gone behind Moo. So Moo has jumped Wolf there. So that has played very well in Moo's hands there. Maybe Wolf could have pitted a lap earlier than Moo, and maybe that would have been the same position. But yes, good strategy for Moo to go out before his teammate. But will Moo let Wolf pass? We don't know. We also got Burnout in the pits as well. So yes, this is his first pit stop, I think, but it's actually not a bad pit stop. He is they're letting him through, but he's not going. So I think he's either waiting, or I don't know what's happening. He is losing a bit of time already. So, oh, yep, he's
Definitely
going.
not as quick as the front couple of drivers. Seppel's first pit stop was really fast, and so was Moo's and Wolf's.
Yes.
Obviously, Wolf's was a marginally slower stop than Moo. He got the undercut on him effectively, but I don't think either took tyres.
No.
So it isn't to do with tyre grip, it's just genuine pace on that last lap. So Moo's lap when he pitted was a 2:18. Wolf obviously maybe had to go a bit further down the pit lane anyway, so did a 2:06 on his last lap. But we'll see whether Wolf can make inroads. We'll see where Pathox comes out. I think he'll definitely be behind Moo and Wolf, but will he fall far enough back for Chirac to have a go at him? Bearing in mind, Chirac has not pitted yet, but he is now ahead of Burnout again.
Oh, someone's retired! It's either the one American or the living dead. It's either the one American or the living dead. Who? Reveal all.
Definitely the one American.
It's the one American.
All day long.
Oh.
Unfortunately for him, after that being collected in that accident at this corner right here, Burnout had a look up the inside of his teammate Chaos Theory as Living Dead looks to do the same thing to Ninja, but backs out of it, whereas the lap 2 incident saw contact and Chaos Theory slewn across the middle of the track. One American had nowhere to go and clattered into the side of him, and then Franglish also got tangled up. That's why his pace is looking a bit low at the moment, and he's down in 9th place. Seppel rejoins in 8th, just behind this battle, so this could be a battle to watch. Ninja goes defensive. Living Dead's going to try around the outside, down the very bottom end of the circuit. They don't have contact as of yet. They're still side by side, but Ninja does eke him out to the edge of the circuit, and Living Dead has to recome behind, but he goes for a dive down the inside into the uphill chicane. Ninja sees him coming, goes a bit wide, but Seppel's getting in on the act. We're going to go on board with him and watch this from his angle. He's almost pushing Living Dead up the hill into the final corner. Living Dead's trying to squeeze him, but he does actually give him room now. Is he going to get through? Living Dead hanging it around the outside. He knows he's got the inside for the next corner, and yeah, Seppel ends up having a bit of a slide on. He'll get a good run out of here onto the start-finish straight and down to turn 1, but can't really do anything about it. Ninja getting a little bit further ahead and taking a break out of this battle, but yeah, cracking little battle here. But Seppel will be ruining the chance for a podium gone out the window with a second pit stop. But yeah, let's see how much further he can get up the field if he can get past these two guys.
Yes, as Seppel is trying to make a move, we'll try and follow that battle as much as we can. But what we haven't seen is, whilst all this battle was going on, I think Parfox is still in the lead. But yeah, has Parfox pitted yet? Oh, as I was just saying!
Just now.
He's pitting, oh my god, he can read my mind right now. So yeah, Parfox is pitting. We're going to see where he comes in a minute, but Seppel is already closing in onto the Living Dead. Living Dead's having a really good race in 7th, so very good for him. So that is good at the moment, but where is Parfox joining?
Parfox is on his way out.
So he was...
Chirac's not going to be able to get him.
No.
Chirac is only coming up to the last turn now, so Parfox does easily rejoin in 3rd place. He was losing a lot of time though to the lead 2. He is 10 seconds adrift of Moo, but Wolf, surprisingly enough, was he was about 7/10 slower on that last lap than his teammate Moo.
Yes.
So Moo's actually extending the lead at the front. We're going to look at this battle again. Ninja in the Mercedes, Living Dead in the Acura, and Seppel, after his second pit stop, in P8 in the R8. Has Ninja and Living Dead pitted yet or not? Because if they haven't, they're going to end up behind Seppel anyway. But Seppel's been held up a treat here, which is doing the likes of Burnout and Chirac a favour.
Yeah, maybe he should...
I'm not sure if these guys have pitted yet.
Maybe I think Seppel shouldn't be too much pressure, because I don't think he knows if he's pitted yet or not. That's probably why he's trying to make a move. And he's making a move down the inside into turn 1. Is he going to make it stick? Nope, I don't. Oh, there's a bit of contact! Oh, the Living Dead has gone in the gravel by Seppel there. I don't know what the Living Dead will make of that. But, I think the ones
Seppel pulls over to let him back through. He knows that's his mistake. He locked a wheel, I think.
That is good of him.
Just got a bit deep on the brakes. very sportsmanlike behaviour from Seppel.
Well, he is a coordinator and a steward as well.
any chance that Living Dead had at getting past Ninja, because he's now 6 seconds back. These two have been on pace all race. Ninja did go a bit wide as well, as did Living Dead, and Seppel just touched into the side of him and round he went. But Ninja comes out best. He's now resuming in 6th place with a nice gap in front and behind to just get on with the task at hand. However, at the front, Moo still faster than Wolf, just about. The gap's still around 3.5 seconds, so nothing to worry about for Wolf just yet, but there is only 10 laps to go. Pathox can't make any inroads as of yet, but we'll see about that. Chirac has made his pit stop, has he now? I believe he did.
Yeah,
or is he not yet?
Yeah, he did. I'm sure. I can't remember.
I'm not so sure if he did.
No, I don't. I can't remember.
If he pits, it'll be his mandatory. I don't think he'll pit twice like Seppel did. I think Seppel may have had to pit for some odd reason, but he's still struggling for pace even after his second pit stop. Burnout lapping round in 5th at the moment. He's got masses of clear air in front and behind him, but is looking for a 5th place finish. And as I said, Ninja in 6th. We've still got the battle raging on for 7th and 8th with Living Dead and Seppel. He doesn't have to move out of the way, Living Dead, because it is for track position. It is for position on the track. He is not a back marker. But Seppel, like I said, has pitted, and I don't think the Living Dead has, unless we've missed it. So we'll have to just wait and see how pit stops and things pan out. But we've just lost another driver, and I don't know who that was.
Right.
It looks to be Franglish.
Yeah, but it's Franglish.
Now there.
Yeah, it's Franglish.
Franglish, after a torrid time, also collected in the incident with one American. So, in actual fact, the guy who ended up, I would say, causing the incident was Burnout, having a loop up the inside of his teammate. This man, who's running in 9th Chaos Theory, they tangled into this corner here. Burnout looped down the inside, they touched wheels, Chaos Theory sliding in the track. It wasn't that corner, sorry, it was earlier in the lap than that. Sliding in the track, and 2 innocent parties was the one American who's retired about 3 laps ago, and just now Franglish has also gone as well. Even though they were not involved in the incident, they did get collected, unfortunately for them, so nothing they could do about it. But
I won't be surprised if it goes to the stewards. I won't be surprised if that incident will go to the stewards after the race. But if it does, we will keep you informed of anything that goes on with that and see how that pans out. But I won't be surprised if that happens. But yeah, just
look at the lap times between these two Ginettas.
Wow.
Only 0.5 of a second between the two. They're pushing like mad. Bearing in mind these tyres are 21 laps old and they're still doing low 2-minute 01s.
How do they do it?
Absolute phenomenal pace. Pathox isn't far off it either. He's doing
Burnout
an 0.16, and Burnout's put in a decent lap as well. So he's trying to close down Chirac, but I don't think he's got any hope of getting anywhere near him without another mistake from Chirac or a pit stop. Because I don't think I'm almost certain he didn't pit yet, but I'm not sure. I may maybe just be being a bit of a pleb, but I'm not sure. But I tell you what, though, there you go. Wolf has just made massive inroads. He was 3 seconds back. He's now 1.7. So are we going to see the THR team orders, as we were told by, I think it was THR Wildwind once told us that team orders are not a thing at THR. There is no such thing.
So I don't think that's going to happen.
Contact or clean racing from THR? What do you think? I think they're going to be a bit more better behaved than Indianapolis somehow.
Yeah, we don't want an Indianapolis kind of way. And if you didn't watch the Indianapolis race, then towards the end of the race, well, I'm not actually going to say because I don't really want to jinx it, but I will say towards the end of the race what happened, because I'm not going to jinx it now because I don't want the same thing to happen again, please. But these two drivers are very, very clean at the moment. But as it stands, if they stay like this, Moo P1 and Wolf P2, Moo will take the lead of the Drivers' Championship. So it is all to play for these Ginettas. Wolf's been in the lead of this championship for almost pretty much the entire season. So Wolf needs to win this race if he wants to retain his championship lead, because he doesn't want to let Moo retain that. But I think as it stands, I think there's no way that the other teams are going to catch the Ginettas. I think Team Highlands Racing will probably be Constructors champions. I won't be surprised if that championship will be wrapped up soon. Even if the Drivers' Championship won't be wrapped up, the Constructors will probably be wrapped up soon, because I think they score points in every single race, both of these cars. But I think there's also the Flying Mercs not that far behind as well. So, but there's a lot of people not racing tonight. So both of these Ginettas are looking very strong as well. So these 9 runners are looking very strong on points. So all they got to do is, all these 9 runners have got to do is finish, and then they'll score some decent points to take back in the championship. So that is good. Chirac is now up into 4th. So Chirac has made his way past Burnout. We didn't see that, but Chirac must have made his way past. So very good pace from Chirac.
He has already been ahead for a while.
Yeah.
He has already been ahead, Chirac.
Oh yeah, because Burnout did go a bit wide. So I think, yeah, it must have been that at this stage. But as you can see in the timing sheet, the Ginettas are considerable amount of pace compared to the rest of the field. 10 seconds, 10 and 11 seconds behind the Ginettas' Parfoxes. But I think Parfox is the best of the rest of the moment. As all, yeah, I think Moo has let Wolf through. It was an easy pass. So was Moo like, I have to let him through, or I think he was playing it safe?
Might be a bit of maybe a bit of gamesmanship going on between the two. I think it's more a case of
the championship
sort of conceding that Wolf's leading the championship into round 6, which is this round right here, and has the better chance to go on and win the title.
That's good sportsmanship.
Will still take a second place finish if he can just cruise along now to the end. Yeah, I think he will be more than happy to take home second, take home some points for the team in the team's championship, take home some points for his championship, to hopefully get a 1-2 for a THR in the AOR Drivers Championship.
Yes, and I will probably at the end of this race, I will get the Constructors Championship out and see how many points there are on. But I think the Ginettas are all on another level, as I said, with that. But we will double check towards the end of this race and see what the other teams need to do to overtake Ginetta in the drivers, in the Constructors, which I don't think that's going to happen in a while, because they're looking strong. I think the Lamborghinis were looking strong in other platforms, but in this platform, the Ginettas definitely seem to be looking strong. So it's interesting. Different cars per platform is the strongest. So I think it does depend on the type of platform, but you never know with this. But Moo seems to be dropping the pace a little bit. So yeah, he is definitely letting it through at the moment. And yeah, for some reason, don't worry, all the game is back to normal. Because I can see no cars, but it is back to normal. So yes, Sapple is in 8th, and he could be a bit of under less pressure, but I don't think he was expecting to be that low down the field. I wonder what he'll be thinking right now. Parfox will probably take 3rd place away from him in the championship, so that won't look for his championship hopes. But yeah, his lap times is still not the best, but Chirac, his lap time is a bit thin on the ground at the moment as well. So maybe his pace has dropped down a little bit, but he's still alright. He's still in P4. But I think the main reason why his pace has slowly dropped is because Chaos Theory is basically was slowing him down. That's probably why his lap time was quite slow. No, yeah, Chirac is back to his normal self. So yeah, I think Chaos Theory was lapped a few times there. He's almost lapped by the entire field. So yeah, but it's good that he's carrying on though. It shows a good attitude. If I was him, I would have been like, right, that's it, I'm out of this race. There's no way I'm going to catch up. But he's a fighter. He wants to continue, which is a really good team attitude for him. So I'm very impressed with him, and that is very, very good. But I don't think you're allowed to rage quit anyway. So yeah, the drivers will get a telling off if that happened. But yeah, good on you, Chaos Fury, for keeping it there and not pinning it in the wall or anything at the moment. So looking good. But again, not much battles at the moment, which is kind of expected. It kind of reminds me of the first race where there wasn't much battles either. So but hey ho, hopefully we'll get some more battles pretty soon as well. So if you are liking the content on this channel, don't forget to subscribe to AOR and like this as well, and turn notifications on so you know when the next streams will be held as well. And we are powered by Elgato and Thrustmasters as well. Most of these drivers do upload highlights to their races, and I use capture cards, the HD60S and or the 4K Pro for some of them, and that's very good, and I recommend you guys should buy that. But anyway, I think Chaos Fury was trying to overtake Seppel, but I don't think he's allowed to do that, so he's a bit under pressure there, which I think is allowed. I think Seppel is slowing down, I think, because of that. But yeah, I think the fastest man on the track right now is Wolf, so I think Moo is slowing down a little bit, so 3 seconds behind. But yeah, Chirac is pitting now for his mandatory stop, so he's going to pit right now. So yeah, I think he's all right at the moment, because he Burnout. I think Burnout. I think has only gone in front of him, but we're going to be interested to see how Ninja does as well. Where is Ninja gonna go?
Final corner.
Yeah, final corner
to get him.
Oh, this is gonna be ever so close. Yeah, Chirac's got it. So he's only lost 1 position, so that is not too bad. So between Burnout and Chirac, 10 seconds. So that is like it was before. So very good pit stop from Chirac. That was very, very clean, and he didn't get. I think it was interesting to see. Did he get any damage? And he didn't. So yeah, the spin we had earlier was just a lock-up. Luckily, he didn't hit his bumper or anything like that. So he recovered that quite well, I think. So yeah, 5 laps on this Grand Prix, and that was very close from Chirac, because everyone needed to pit it right now. So that was a very close call there. He probably waited to pit until the very last moment. So yeah, he probably might have forgotten, and he was like, "Oh right, I need to pit right now." So yeah, that's probably what was going on in his mind right now. But yeah, so the top 3 right now is Wolf in the lead, with Moo in second and Parfox in P3. Those top 3 are looking incredibly stronger than the rest of the field. Between 3rd and 4th is like a minute. So yeah, the top 3 are showing some better pace at the moment. But yes, that is good at the moment. So we've still got 9 drivers. So the ones who are retired this race at the moment are the one American, and I've forgotten who else. It was Frangwish. Yeah, Frangwish was the other one who retired as well. So yeah, those 2 have retired out of the 11 drivers we had today. So yes, we're approaching lap 26. So 4 more laps to go. Can the order change? Looks like the order is probably going to stay the same, but they all got to drive it very cleanly. Burnout is having a not too bad of a race either. He was, I think like, let me check what he was last race. He was P4 last race as well. So it looks like he'll equal his best finish from last week if he keeps it up. So a very good, strong performance from Burnout as well so far this race. So looking very, very good. His lap times is good as well. He was faster lap times last week as well. So he is definitely one to watch out for in this championship already. But Chirac, I'm very interested to see how he does, because his lap times is quite slow as well. But yeah, Burnout is trying to catch up to the leading bunch, but his lap time is not too bad either. But Wolf, a second quicker than his teammate Moo. That is incredible stuff from Wolf. So that is very great to see.
Yeah, well, yeah, Wolf looks to have this one wrapped up. I think he's pulled away from Moo now. I don't know how much Moo's just cruising, or whether he might be actually struggling a bit, because Pathox is catching. He is only 5 seconds back, so any kind of mistake or off from Moo, and he could be passed by this man in the Mercedes. Burnout, I don't think is going to be able to make any inroads because he's a minute off the lead. He's 50 odd seconds behind Pathox as well, and Chirac's 15 back from that. Ninja could be making a few inroads into Chirac if he keeps doing lap times like a 2:24.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a good lap at all, but I think that was including his pit stop, so we'll see what this lap is to see if he's struggling or not. But most drivers sort of sitting in the O2s and O3s now comfortably. The Living Dead just had a bit of a slow lap. He'll be ruining that chance he had with Ninja early on, and then Seppel joined the party. And a bit of contact led to that spin at turn 1, which meant he could not have a go at Ninja anymore, and he has fell now 11 seconds back from him. So unfortunate for him, but 8th place still a decent effort to be fair, and Seppel is only just there ahead of him, so he could capitalise on any mistake from him as well.
Yes, indeed. So I think that's what the drivers towards the midfield are looking for. They're looking to see if any of the front runners are making these mistakes, especially Pathox. He is waiting for this opportunity to see what happens. But Wolf is already pace is enormous, 6 with 7 seconds down. So he's definitely dominating this track. It's probably one of his strongest tracks on the calendar so far. So incredibly good at the moment. But we've got the Living Dead in 8th, so not looking good for him. But Seppel is doing alright. His lap times is almost there with the front guys, so his pace is there, but he's lower down the field, so that is pretty good from Seppel as well. So even though he is not chasing for podium, his lap times is right down with the front guys, so that is good. Pathox.
Moo, you just saw Moo just through the shot then, and Pathox is going to be on him if he keeps doing lap times which are 2 seconds quicker, that is.
Yes, he is. I think he is looking strong on lap times as well. Moo last lap 2:03. Pathox 2:01. So Pathox is definitely looking stronger. I won't be surprised if Moo will be under pressure here. I thought he would be under pressure from Wolf, but no, he is under pressure from Pathox now. Pretty soon as well. About 3 or 4 seconds behind Moo at the moment. Pathox is so. It can be done, but you just got to make up the time needed as well. So I think all the drivers are pretty much pulling up the same lap times as well. Chaos Theory, a 2:01.3, so that is pretty good lap as well. He is looking for fastest lap glory, so that is getting there as well. I think remember the fastest lap of the race, I think, is a 2 minutes set by Wolf or Moo. So that is the fastest lap at the moment. So this race has gone very quickly, and it's actually been a very good race for some of these guys. So my standouts, I think, for driver of the day at the moment is going to be Wolf, Burnout, Chirac doing well to recover from his accident that he had earlier, and also Ninja as well, not doing too bad either. So and Pathox. So definitely most of these guys improving, but definitely the losers, I think, for this race. Seppel for pitting too early and forcing him to make an extra pit stop. And also Frangwish as well, and the one American who suffered from that thing as well. But I think there will be a steward inquiry between Burnout, Frangwish, and the one American towards the end of the race. But as we're approaching the final lap of this race, can Pathox close up to Moo? It doesn't look like at the moment, but we just saw Moo and Pathox in shot, but I don't think that's going to happen. So unless Moo makes a mistake, it looks like it's going to stay like it is. But Wolf, from start to finish, has been amazing. He was overtaken a few times, but he was able to slip his way back through the field, and his strong rolling start did set the pace a little bit. So that was very, very good. He is definitely one to watch out for in this championship, to be honest. Is there anyone that's going to stop him? I wonder what he'll be thinking on Pathox and Moo's mind right now to stop this championship. But we'll have to wait and see. So pace-wise, it is looking like Parfox is not going to get past Moo unless he makes a mistake. So, but he is still staying there. But what Burnout has got to make sure that he finds the most gap possible because he doesn't want to get a time penalty due to the accident he has. But yeah, Chirac starting his final lap at the moment, and yeah, I think it's his final lap. Well, towards his final lap, penultimate lap. Penultimate. I'm getting confused with this game. But yes, it will get close. I thought it was the final lap, but it wasn't. So my apologies for that one. But we are gonna see if anyone. Yeah, Chaos Theory is pulling up lap time, the fastest lap of that, and Wolf 2 minutes. Wow, he is showing his muscle already and is going through the final lap of this Grand Prix. Absolutely amazing stuff from Wolf there already this race. So yes, we are hopefully going to see all the 9 runners who are racing at the moment finish. We're keeping our fingers crossed. Hopefully it's damage limitation for Chaos Theory. He's got to finish this. He's got to make sure that if there's any blue flags, he gets past cleanly, I think. So yes, Chirac, let's see where he is now. Chirac is in 5th, but Wolf is 10 seconds separating between Wolf and Moo. So yeah, Wolf is definitely the big winner here in Czech Republic at the moment. So looking very, very good from him. But 2 Ginettas doing very, very well. So yeah. So I don't think Parfox is going to make his way past Moo at the moment. But yes, it's been a good race, and Wolf soon will be passing the start-finish straight, but I don't know when that will happen. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, gap between Moo and Parfox to roughly about 2 seconds. So that is incredibly close. Is he going to do it? I can't call it at the moment. We'll just have to wait and see. But right now, we're going to watch Wolf, because Wolf is going to head towards... Oh, Wolf is a bit under pressure from the lap car. I think is of the Living Dead. Yeah, and it's the Living Dead right in front of him. So, yeah, that doesn't help matters. But it doesn't matter because the gap is still quite high at the moment. So he can be allowed to decrease the pace a little bit. As he calls the start-finish straight, he's going to love this. He goes on to win the Brno Grand Prix in the Czech Republic. Well done to him. He's weaving all over the place. He's hit the wall, but it doesn't matter. He's won the race. It's fine. So, yes, and Moo has crossed the line in 2nd place there. And Parfox in 3rd. Well, a very good race from Parfox. And another good race from Burnout as well, by the looks of things. He stayed out of trouble. He didn't get involved in too many battles like last week, but he's made it and done very well. So Burnout, by the looks of things, it is looking to be in P4. So incredible stuff from him. Equals his best finish from last week. So very, very good at the moment. And we've got Chirac not doing too bad for his first race back. He is in P5. So good race from him. Good recovery drive. Very good from him. He is looking to improve from there and possibly get a better result next time about. Ninja in 6th. Seppel in 7th. I think he was expecting a better result, but look, hopefully he'll bounce back next week. The Living Dead in 8th, and Chaos Fury, our last finisher, rounding up our finishers. But as we got Burnout crossing the line there, very good result for him. A massive well done. But don't forget, there might be Stewart's inquiries after this race, so the result can change. Oh, what happened? There was another person go to the wall and lost his bumper, but it's too late. The race is finished. So, I might have spoken too soon. Let's see. Yeah, only just by like, I can't really tell due to the lap times, but yeah. It looks like, yeah, that was ever so close. And Seppel P7, not the best result from him. But it was a good race from the Ginettas once again. And Parfox showing that he's also a championship contender as well, Aiden.
Yeah, definitely. Parfox up there again with another podium. He'll be happy with that, especially with Seppel all the way down in 7th. That will have done his championship position, a load of good there. So after 30 laps of Wolf domination, pretty much, the lap times don't really reflect it because Moo was only half a tenth off the fastest lap of the race. Seppel also was in a 2-minute flat, 0.9, as was Pathox. So some really, really close lap times. Chaos Theory as well, even though he finished 9th, he was in the 2-minute 0.7 as well. So really, really good effort by a lot of the guys, all within 2 seconds of each other, which is great to see. Just shows the competitiveness of these leagues. But,
and the one thing
Wolf comes out on top.
And the one thing that's interesting, no drivers have got penalties this race, so they've been driving very cleanly today. So well done, XB1 Tier 1. You have delivered no penalties this race. Well done. That's probably one of the first races in the world they got no penalties. So yeah, my voice is going like crazy. I don't know why. So I might get a drink in a minute, in a second whilst the interviews take place. And I've done the interviews last week, so I will hand over the reins to Aiden to do the interviews for the top 3. We'll invite the top 3 into the party then in a second if they want to join. I know Wolf and Moo would like to join, but I think Parfox will probably want to join as well. So let's see if we can invite them. I see if I have them on my friends list. Let me just check quickly. I need to switch scenes as well. That would help. I forgot which scene I need to switch to. That doesn't help. Oh yes, this one. There we go. Right scene. There we go. Back to where we started. So yeah, let's see if we can invite these guys. So we have got.
I have chucked them an invite.
Oh, you chucked them an invite.
See if they join in.
Brilliant, brilliant. So interesting to see how they feel. So we've got Parfox has just joined the party, and we're gonna wait for Moo and Wolf as well. But whilst we wait, I think we'll speak with Parfox there. I'll hand you over to you, Aiden.
Yeah, well, Pathox, another good result for yourself. Another P3 on the podium, capitalising on a bit of unfortunate events for Seppel, and that's going to help you in the championship battle. But how was the race for you? Did you manage to take it to the Ginettas at all, or because to me it seemed like they sort of scampered away and kind of held you at arm's length, but you did start to close in on Moo at the end. I was fully expecting you to maybe try and just get him at the end, but wasn't to be. But how was that for you?
So hi guys. First of all, I would like to congratulate Moo and Wolf. I'm certain their pace was superior than mine. Just a bit, I don't know how many seconds, I think about 12 or so. But in the end, I almost catch Moo. I think he had some kind of incident or something. But it was simply not possible because my tires would not respond at that moment. I was losing a lot of time. So I think in the end it went well because I finished way before the back. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, I mean, you were about, I think, 50 odd seconds ahead of the chasing field, so you did manage to try your hardest to take it to the Ginetta boys. But yeah, you'll take a P3, I'm sure, especially in the Mercedes, which I know for a fact is the AMG is not the best car handling wise, but with even that circuit having a lot of medium speed stuff, you managed to do some really decent lap times even in the race as well. So
the problem was on the last 10 or so laps, the rear tires were completely screwed, so the car would not respond to me like it would in the beginning, so it was impossible to catch me, although I tried my best.
Yeah, you definitely did, but some really good points in the championship, so I'm sure you'll be happy with that one. But we'll move now on to second place man Moo. How did you get on, Moo? Did you have to abide to some team orders near the end of the race, or was that a tactical decision from yourself to let Wolf go? Were you struggling, because it did seem like Wolf all of a sudden cleared off at the end of the race? and you were sort of kind of struggling a little bit. But how was the start of the race, and how did you feel it went for you?
Gutted and stoked. I'm stoked to be battling for the win, but gutted. Officially, I hit the tyres on near the end of the lap and got like 9 front damage, and that was what cost me my speed. And I was going to fight Wolf, but I made a decent mistake, and I figured that Pathos was coming, so it's probably just better to just let him go.
Yeah, so
as you've seen, he got pretty close at the end.
He did, definitely. Yeah, I was going to ask
pretty
you what you
bad
thought
on
of that.
left-hand corners.
I didn't realise that you had damage because we missed that. You clipped the tyres then, but to have that, 9 damage is quite massive off some tyres, isn't it? So we definitely saw a drop in pace all of a sudden once Wolf went past, and we were just like, why is he all of a sudden dropped right off the pace? But yeah, it would, massive shame for yourself then. As you said, you're gutted with that one, but I'm sure you'll take P2, will you not?
Yeah, happy to be up the front again.
Yeah, exactly.
I should not steal it from him.
Back down in 7th as well, so it's done you guys a world of good in the standings. Yeah, so that'll help, I'm sure. But how do you approach the next couple of races then? Because Wolf will have extended the championship lead now. Are you guys still going to fight it out to the death if you're at the front battling for the win, or is there going to be a bit more sort of caution to the wind?
Personally, it's probably more to the death now because he's got a clear championship points lead.
Well, with that then,
he's got a championship to risk.
Yeah, he has. He's got more on the line in a way. But congratulations on 2nd. But we will quickly now jump to Wolf, the winner. So to me, from the sidelines, it kind of looked a bit like the Wolf show for the first half of the race. And then it came out that Moo was ahead of you after the pit stop, and we were thinking, what's going to happen here? So, what did you think when you saw Moo let him pass? Did you see him hit the tyres? Did you see the damage, or did you just take your normal line and end up gaining the position anyway?
Well, I was actually quite surprised Moo let me pass. I did notice his pace drop off. I don't know if you caught on camera, on the stream, right? That I actually hit the tyres before the pit stop, and then I noticed Moo was catching quite a decent bit, and I knew if I pitted and repaired the damage, I would have easily came out maybe 10 seconds or 5 seconds behind Moo. So I went in just on a normal pit stop, came out still behind Moo. So he caught up time on his outlap, and then I thought the race was over, and then obviously Moo made a mistake and hit the tyres as well. I had 1 less damage. I had 8. I had 8 on the front.
Right.
So,
but even with that, you at the end of so you didn't get that repaired in the pit stop, but you were still able to go and bang in 2-minute flats at the end of the race on low fuel. So that shows the pace you've got in that Ginetta. But yeah, I think at the beginning of the race it looked like you'd just sort of pulled away a couple of seconds and then just held everyone at arm's length then and just sort of settled into a bit of a rhythm. Was that how it was for you, or were you pushing mad every lap, or were you just sort of managing the gap a bit?
Maybe like the first couple laps, was it on edge. To be honest, the entire time with Virginia and slow speed corners, it was extremely twitchy, and I think I had a bit too much engine braking that race with a 40.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really start pushing until I noticed Moo went into the pits, and then I actually tried to go as fast as possible for my in-lap, and obviously nowhere close to Moo.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the end of the world because you were only sort of 2 or 3 seconds back. It wasn't like we noticed with Seppel, he ended up making 2 pit stops. I'm not sure why. He may have done a similar thing where he's hit the tyres, because I think most of the tyres were gone after lap 1 on our screens, but we then didn't really see anyone clipping any tyres at all. But now it makes complete sense as to why people's pace was sort of up and down a little bit. But yeah, good race from yourself, so congratulations on another win after last week's win at Donington as well. Is there anything you want to ask the drivers, Jess? Any of them? Any of the top 3?
I think all the questions that I was thinking of answering, I think you answered quite. I think you asked quite nicely, Aiden. And once again, well done to you guys on your results, Wolf, Moo, and Parfox as well. I think that will be allowing. I think that will be allowing Parfox to pass Seppo a little bit points wise as well. And I think Wolf's got so many victories so far this season. I think he's looking nearly unstoppable. But I won't be surprised if any of you guys, Moo and Parfox, could nip him out his heels a little bit. See if you can challenge him for the win, and we could possibly see Seppo there as well. So yeah, that's all I got to say. But yeah, once again, well done. But next week, I'm very excited because it's the second, I believe it's the second endurance race, I believe, in Catalonia. If I'm mistaken, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it is. And the first one brought up some really good racing. So I think we're going to excited to see what that brings. So any final words, Aiden, before I end the stream?
No, I don't think so. No, I think we've pretty much covered everything, other than congratulations to everyone that finished the race and the podium finishers, obviously. It was a shame to see the one American and Franglish have to retire because there was absolute carnage. So you three won't have seen that at the front of the field, but you might want to check out the stream and see this pretty big accident. I believe it was lap 3, so lap 2 racing laps because of the formation, but yeah, pretty big accident down at turn 6, so it's one to watch.
Yeah, so I'd like to say a quick thank you to everybody that's been watching the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Also, thank you very much to our sponsors, Elgato and Thrustmasters as well. And also, thank you to AOR as well and the coordinators for organising this amazing league. It is awesome so far. It'll be interesting to see how the battle plays out. Make sure you join us throughout the week for some great AOR content whilst we wait for next week to happen. We got iRacing on Friday and we got the F1 leagues on Sunday, so very excited for that. But until now, I've been JessGames95, Aiden's been ADAce, and we will see you next Wednesday for some more GT3 action. Goodbye.